The Minecraft Wild update is going to be a wild one, but what's also wild is what's happening with the Sculk blocks in Minecraft 1.19. Like, it's crazy. The Sculk blocks, they have been completely reworked, and there's also now something called Sculk corruption, and it can spread to like other blocks. Like, here's an article about like what changed so far, and yeah, let's read this. Mojang released the much awaited Minecraft Caves and Cliffs Part 2 update. This update completely changed how Overworld used to generate in Minecraft by adding massive mountains and deep caves, and I'm freaking loving it in our new Minecraft Let's Play series. By the way, guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And after changing the Overworld generation, Mojang is now tweaking biomes with the Wild update. And it's looking really good for the game. I saw already a few leaks. At Minecraft Live 2021, Mojang announced Minecraft 1.19 update and revealed many upcoming features. Sculk blocks are coming to Minecraft next year, and here's everything you need to know. So someone had the idea, Sky Grimstone blocks and Grimstone bricks and everything, and you know what's funny? Actually, Mojang listened, like someone suggested it, and they actually added this now. So if like there's a way to actually corrupt other blocks so they get the Sculk texture on it, just like here. It actually happened. So players will come across Sculk blocks in deep dark caves. It can also be generated using Sculk Catalyst. And that is interesting. I'm actually wondering how we can get a lot of Sculk with the Sculk Catalyst. I will work around with it. I will also probably make a guide on that. To obtain Sculk blocks, player will need Silk Touch enchantment. So it means, yeah, it's sort of like with the Nylium, because you currently need Silk Touch to get the Nylium from the Nether. So I guess it's the same with Sculk. Breaking it with a regular pickaxe will drop experience points, but nothing else, right? Players can use Sculk blocks as XP storage banks. I'm actually wondering what that means, XP storage banks. So we can like get, like if you have like XP farm, we can actually store it in there if we have so much XP that we don't want to risk like losing it if we die. I mean, I'm screwed anyway because I play hardcore, but players can quickly get tons of Sculk blocks using mob farms and skull catalysts. Okay, yeah, I've heard like if you use a mixture of mobs and this catalyst, you can actually spread it. So Sculk sensor has the potential to change Minecraft's redstone community. It can detect vibrations and create redstone signals in response. With Sculk sensors, players will be able to make wireless contraptions. And you know what? I actually have a very great idea with that. Like, you can actually make a portcullis gate now with the new Sculk sensors, that if you approach the gate, like, it will open for you, right? I have a very cool build. It's also on this channel, where there's like a portcullis gate, and this one is like powered by some redstone and some freaking sticky pistons. And it's really, really cool. We're using it also in our series. And now you can do it like where you approach the gate, it will detect it, right? That you're walking there. So the gate will open for you, and once you pass the gate and get to the other side, it will detect it again and the gate will close. Like, I can think about many crazy builds with that. So here's a sneak peek at the new block that grows in the deep dark. This block is called Sculk Catalyst, and if you kill a mob near it, oh, here it is, it will spread depending on how much XP that mob dropped. Does it mean if there's much XP from one mob, then it will spread more, and if it's like a little, it's just a little. So that's how it looks, yeah? It's this white thingy. There's also a video we're going to check out now. And this one also reveals some stuff.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft video.
Excuse me.
In this one, we are going to be checking out a preview of some of the new Sculk blocks that are going to be a part of the 1.19 The Wild update. Of course, we got to see a preview of this at Minecraft Live, the recent event where Mojang announced what 1.19 would be, and they showed us a preview of the deep dark biomes with the deep dark cities, and we got to see.
I'm excited about those deep dark cities.
We're going to check out in this
it's
video.
So cool to explore
now,
them
if you want to see these features yourself, you need to be a part of the Bedrock beta. And then when you create a new world, you need to enable vanilla experiments right here.
What's happening these days? I've noticed that Bedrock is like always like ahead now. In the past, it was always Java ahead. Now it's like freaking not Java anymore, but it's like Bedrock.
To see these blocks inside of the game. And this is the only part of this beta that we're actually going to check out in this video. I wanted to focus exclusively on the Sculk blocks. I also want to point out that there are some bugs and issues as well. If I throw some items here on the ground, you'll notice that they're all grayscale for some reason, and the same thing when I hold them in my hand. So if you notice that with these blocks, that appears to just be a bug at the moment.
A bug, yes.
So let's start off with the Sculk block and stare at this wall of them and notice how this texture is animated, and it looks gorgeous. It looks like stars in the night sky twinkling.
Yeah, it's glowing a bit. It's nice.
I think it's super cool, and it covers all sides of the block as well. So you see that underneath.
Imagine this would generate light, even if it's just a little.
So
that would be so nice.
This block has some amazing squidgy sounds when you place it.
How does it sound like if you walk on it?
And also when you break it.
That sounds so wet.
It is.
It sounds moist.
Which is pretty cool. You can also use Silk Touch on this as well to pick up the block. And then
it's not just pickaxe like on Nylum. You can use any tool.
5 on this host, so you can instant mine these blocks too.
Oh yeah.
So next up we have the Sculk vein, which generates alongside the Sculk block, and it's quite similar to glow lichen in the way that the texture is transparent.
Does it also give you light
what
or
block
not?
is behind it, and it can occupy multiple sides of a block as well. Now you can't use bone meal with this to make it spread. It spreads via the mechanism of the Sculk catalyst block, which is probably the one we're going to check out next. And if you break this without Silk Touch, it won't drop anything. So in order to get these items back, you need to use Silk Touch. And as you can see there, it can be instant mined. And lastly, just like the Sculk block, these textures too are animated. So if we just linger on them for a second, they glow a bit, it'll become rather obvious. So next up,
it's nice for decorations.
Catalyst. This block looks like a Sculk block with some end stone around it, right? You'll notice though that the texture here isn't animated, and also this is the underside texture of
looks like freaking bone at the bottom, right? This looks like bone.
These are bone blocks. So in this reply to a tweet, King B-Dogs, the developer of the Deep Dark, confirms that it's a bone-like material.
Oh yeah, so I was correct, this is a bone-like material. And yeah, I checked the Twitter post of King B-Dogs to see if everything is legit, also the news of this article. And it is legit, I checked his post and it's pretty much very similar to what is shown in this video, so yeah.
And not end stone. This block also emits light. As you can see, it's a very low light level, maybe just 5 or 6. And let's hear some of the block placing and breaking sounds.
It sounds nice. But yo, that's a big mystery. If this is like a bone-like material, what if it's actual bones? Maybe there's a dark theory behind
we'll
it.
Use the Silk Touch hoe again. You can't instant mine this block, but you can get it to drop, so you can pick it up and place it somewhere else. Now this is the block that does the spreading.
Oh, now the best part comes. I want to know how that works.
Video covering it, you'll know that the death of mobs is how this stuff spreads.
So much!
I've not seen it just spread the vein type before. Usually it creates the blocks as well. This.
Let's go back there. Holy shit, that's so much. I actually think they may be gonna nerf this. This is too much, right, for one mob. But if they keep it, I'm fine with it.
Spreads, and I've not seen it just spread the vein type before. Usually it creates.
Wait, Endermen give more XP, right? What happens if you kill an Enderman next to it?
The sands in this area. Aha! I think we've made a fortunate discovery here. Let's just do this one more time. Ah, so maybe there's only certain blocks that it can convert. So if we head over here to the grass and do that again, aha, you can see that it creates some Sculk blocks.
Oh shit! You get even Sculk blocks.
To show you another interesting quirk of this block. Let's go ahead and kill a zombie here.
And then?
And you'll see how it sort of spreads upwards and downwards on the side.
That looks nice.
However, it will never like punch through more than one block. So behind this, you're going to see it's all still dirt. So on flat terrain.
You know what's interesting? If you do this with the azalea tree and you use like an azalea bush and you bone meal it, if you have like dirt under it, for example, it will also turn to like freaking mossy dirt, right? Like we tried it in our Minecraft Hardcore series, and yeah, feel free to check this one out, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Twitch if it's your first time here. We are doing a lot of Minecraft content and stuff, and also reviewing other games, so yeah.
After it's been converted, it doesn't go any deeper down. It only converts the surface blocks. So I've decided to drop into a cave.
But that's good, so you have more control of it. Right?
Stone, and the answer is yes.
It does.
And with
too.
This being Bedrock edition of the game, I'd have to manually check every single block to
I wonder what you can actually craft with those blocks. Can you mix them with something and craft some stuff, or they're just staying?
That's all I'm going to investigate on that front for now. What I want to show you next is how the player doesn't have to kill the mob in order for the spreading effect to happen.
Wait, you don't need to?
So eventually this zombie's going to hit the ground, And as you can see,
yeah,
it didn't require us to kill the zombie.
but it absorbs the XP, right?
Could be like a way to store XP, as you can generate Sculk, then perhaps Silk Touch them, and then break them yourselves to get the XP back at a later time.
Ah, so it does absorb the XP. You can pick it up. So I think it disappeared.
Of XP. I think it literally drops 1 per block. It also seems like killing a whole
like, look, when they die, I think he doesn't get the XP, right?
Doesn't mean it picks up on all of those.
Okay, now he got some, but
tons of blocks.
wait.
You can see lots of XP gets left on the ground. So I wanted to see how.
Oh, you can still get the XP.
Direction, and it tends to get like pretty stubborn once you start getting to the outer perimeter. Although it can generate further, it seems to be tricky. There you go. To find the right position.
So you need multiple ones if you want to cover a lot of landscape.
Like, the furthest distance I've been able to get is about 12 blocks away. So maybe.
Do you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of freaking StarCraft, the Zergs, like the Zerg units. Like if you build like a Zerg building somewhere, you also need to spread something on the ground in freaking StarCraft, right? And this is like with the Zergs, the kind of ground corruption. Holy shit!
It has like a 12 by 12
Zergs of freaking StarCraft.
And you probably spent a lot of time looking at the mobs when they die. I encourage you to look at the block now when this one dies.
Yeah, there's some blue, yeah, some blue smoke or fire, what there is.
And there's also a particle effect of a soul.
Like, look at it.
So let's see that again.
That's cool, like a blue fire.
That is absolutely gorgeous. I really like how that looks.
I like
and the reason we know this is called the bloom is because this user actually has access to the inside of the game, and you can see here.
Wow,
there are
another leak. I saw a couple of leaks
so
these
days. So
days.
we have one more block to check out, and that is the
informed.
Sculk Shrieker, which has an amazing look to it, and this incredible texture in the middle.
Yeah, do you know how this looks like? This looks like one snake or fish, like it's like a freaking eye here in the mouth, is like chasing the other. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like one fish is trying to eat the tail or snake or whatever that is, like this thingy of the other one. They're like chasing each other for eternity. Like, look at that.
Two souls swirling
Holy
around.
shit,
but
that's
according
funny.
to this tweet, it is actually outdated, so we might see some changes to it.
Oh no, I like it actually like that. I think it's funny with this kind of thingy that's chasing the other thingy.
Regular block, it will become obvious that it's not a full-size block. You can see there's like a pixel
Please
gap
keep the old one.
Now at Minecraft Live, when we saw this block, it emitted particles and it gave the player the darkness effect. Unfortunately, here in the game, I haven't really been able to get it to
Holy
do that.
shit,
now,
this is so creepy.
Like,
Minecraft gets more scary, guys.
Activate these blocks over here, and I've only had it naturally activate once, and I've tried all sorts of experiments making noises around this thing, activating it with redstone, and I can't seem to activate it in creative mode or survival either. Now I can go ahead and show you this darkness effect using commands, and what you'll see is that it dims the blocks in the world, but not the sky.
Okay.
This might not look like much right now, but when you're underground in the deep dark, it'll probably make.
But you know what's interesting? Even though it only darkens the blocks, it makes everything in total seem darker. So you get almost the illusion that actually the sky turned dark.
Huge difference. Like,
do you get that too, right, guys? Because everything gets so dark, so you imagine the sky is dark too now.
But that didn't seem to do anything, so it always seems to just.
Only if you concentrate, you notice it doesn't.
And I think we might have touched on this earlier in this video, but this tweet confirms that the Sculk spreading is currently fixed. So that means it's not relative to the amount of XP like we saw at Minecraft Live, and that this is going to change. Now it'll be interesting
so it will
to see
be
how
less
this
spreading.
is implemented. But for example, let's say a mob drops free XP when it dies near this thing, then it creates free blocks. But if you have an area like this where lots of the land is already consumed by these blocks, maybe it drops 10 XP and it can only convert.
Can you recreate the catalyst? Like, is there a way to make multiple ones? Or you have to always farm them?
If the player didn't, what happens to that XP? You might be able to create a farm where you drop your mobs down into a space like this, and because it can't convert them, it might give the player the XP.
Wow.
But as it currently stands, that's not what happens. When the zombie hits the ground, it doesn't drop any XP. And something else I wanted to throw in this video that I found on the Minecraft wiki, there is this frame block.
What's a frame block?
Apparently spotted in the Minecraft Live video. And here is a larger shot of that texture.
Wow, guys, I have a great idea for this frame block. You can make like nice looking pillars with that. Yo, the frame block is nice for pillars, or even like corners of builds.
Larger shot of that texture. So yeah, maybe with the Deep Dark Cities we'll see a few new building blocks as well as these amazing Sculk blocks. And that's about everything I could learn about these Sculk blocks with the time that I had. So if you haven't seen my coverage of the 1.19, the Wild update, there'll be a link to that on the screen, as well as the new record disk, the other side that was added in the latest Java snapshot. Both those things are linked on your screen. Check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for making this video, Shizuma. I hope I say his name correct. And wait, is there anything else? What Sculk streakers can be activated using Sculk sensor? When activated many times, Sculk streakers... Wait a second, we can summon wardens, so we could make a warden farm too, because here it says Sculk streakers can be activated using Sculk sensor. When activated too many times, Sculk streakers will summon the terrifying warden. Players will find this block in ancient cities. That is so interesting, guys. That is very, very interesting. Yo, what did King B-Dogs do here? That's insane. Like, look how much land he covered. Wow. And wait, he used a freaking holy shit, a creeper farm. That's insane. Yeah, like imagine you're like changing like a whole biome, like here the savanna, or maybe like some tiger forest into a freaking Sculk forest. What I'm wondering is though, it's like an overgrowth, right? It's kind of like wine. So you can't silk touch the wood or break it and use it for builds, or can you? Now imagine you could actually get corrupted versions of blocks. And those blocks we can actually keep corrupted and use that for like certain builds or for like the floor of buildings or something. Because if you want this as a ground of, let's say you build a castle, then you literally need to silk touch a freaking Sculk catalyst, kill mobs inside your building or something, right? And then bring it over. Or you just need to freaking farm this with silk touch and then manually move it over. Yo, that's so annoying. But it's interesting to see how it spreads and that they reworked it completely. Like, this was so different from the PTR that we checked out half year ago or so, right? So they really changed a lot. Holy shit. Like, the Minecraft Wild update is going to be really a wild one, guys. But yeah, I hope this video was informative for you guys. And you also have like a better view now on how things are going to change. Because I think the changes are so freaking great. I freaking love what's coming. The Wild update. That we get frogs and stuff. Like, I want to get a few frog pets. This would be so funny. Like, I would maybe even actually relocate to the swamp. If we are still alive in our Minecraft Hardcore series till then, I actually consider going a bit further with the boat to some area where there's a big swamp and building a brand new base. And then we just make a nether hub to the old zone, maybe. But yeah, guys, I wish everyone a wonderful day. Please don't forget to like this video if you like this one, so help with the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys next time.